Global tension. Iran and Russia, longtime allies, are at odds. The source of tension is the Zangezur corridor. This planned transportation route through Azerbaijan has raised concerns in Tehran. Iran sees the corridor as a potential threat to its interests. The unexpected friction has raised questions about the future of their alliance. Russia, traditionally a dominant force in the region, faces new challenges. The outcome will shape the geopolitical landscape of the wider region. The Zangezur corridor is at the heart of the dispute between Iran and Russia. This corridor is not just a transportation route, but also a crucial strategic point in the region. It is a planned transportation route through Azerbaijan. The vision is to create a connection that facilitates trade and mobility in the region, boosting economic development. The corridor would connect Azerbaijan with its exclave of Nakhchivan. This link is vital for Azerbaijan's territorial cohesion and economic integration. This would bypass Armenia, which currently separates the two. The proposed route offers an alternative that could change the geopolitical dynamics in the region. For Azerbaijan, it offers a direct land link to Turkey and beyond. This corridor would not only strengthen ties with Turkey, but also open up new trade opportunities with Europe. It would also reduce Azerbaijan's reliance on routes through Iran or Georgia. This would provide greater autonomy and security to its trade routes. The construction of the corridor has been a long-standing goal for Azerbaijan. This project has been a priority on the national agenda, reflecting its strategic importance. The outcome of the Second Karabakh War in 2020 has brought it closer to realization. Recent infrastructure developments show Azerbaijan's commitment to this ambitious project, one that promises to transform the region. Iran views the Zangezur corridor with deep suspicion. Tehran fears that it could be used to isolate Armenia. Armenia is an important ally for Iran in the region. The corridor could potentially cut off Iran's land access to Armenia. Iran also fears that the corridor could facilitate the presence of hostile forces. This includes potential rivals like Israel and NATO. The corridor's location close to the Iranian border raises further concerns. Tehran has vowed to protect its interests in the region. The Zangezur corridor has led to a war of words between Iran and Russia. Iran has issued stern warnings about the corridor. It has made it clear that it considers the project a threat. Russia, while supportive of the corridor, has tried to downplay tensions. Moscow has emphasized its strong ties with both Iran and Azerbaijan. Despite Russian assurances, Iran remains skeptical. Tehran has accused Moscow of prioritizing its own interests over those of its allies. The diplomatic standoff reflects a deeper mistrust between Iran and Russia. Moscow's balancing act, navigating competing interests. Russia finds itself in a delicate position. It seeks to maintain good relations with both Iran and Azerbaijan. The Zangezur corridor has put a strain on these relationships. The region is a key transit route for energy exports. Russia has cultivated close ties with Azerbaijan in recent years. It sees Azerbaijan as a valuable partner in the energy sector. At the same time, Russia cannot afford to alienate Iran. A corridor of power, the energy geopolitics at play. The Zangezur corridor is not just about transportation. It has significant implications for energy geopolitics. The corridor could reshape energy flows in the region. It would provide Azerbaijan with an alternative route for its energy exports. Currently, Azerbaijan relies heavily on pipelines through Russia and Georgia. The corridor could also potentially reduce Russia's dominance in the regional energy market. The energy dimension adds another layer of complexity to the Zangezur corridor issue. The Israel factor, adding fuel to the fire. The Zangezur corridor dispute is further complicated by the involvement of Israel. Israel has developed close ties with Azerbaijan in recent years. This has caused concern in Tehran. Iran views Israel as a hostile power. It accuses Israel of supporting separatist movements within Iran. Israel's involvement in the Zangezur corridor issue has heightened tensions. Iran fears that Israel could use the corridor for military purposes. Tehran's nightmare scenario: isolation and encirclement. The Zangezur corridor represents a nightmare scenario for Iran. Tehran fears that the corridor could lead to its isolation and encirclement. Iran already faces pressure from the United States and its allies. The Zangezur corridor, combined with Israel's growing influence in the region, could further tighten the noose around Iran. Iran fears that its rivals are trying to contain and weaken it. Iran has vowed to resist any attempts to isolate it. Azerbaijan's ambitions: a new power in the Caucasus. With its president Ilham Aliyev at the helm, the country has shown an unwavering determination to expand its influence in the region. The Zangezur corridor is a testament to Azerbaijan's growing ambitions. This project will not only enhance connectivity, but also strengthen the country's strategic position in the Caucasus. Azerbaijan seeks to establish itself as a major power in the Caucasus. The modernization of its military and investment in infrastructure are key steps towards this goal. Azerbaijan's victory in the Second Karabakh War has emboldened Baku. This victory was not only military, but also symbolic, restoring national pride. It has given Azerbaijan control over territories it lost to Armenia in the 1990s. The recapture of these lands has been a turning point in regional politics. The Zangezur corridor would further solidify Azerbaijan's gains. This corridor will not only facilitate trade, but also serve as a symbol of the new era of prosperity and power. Azerbaijan is also seeking to diversify its foreign relations. Building trade and diplomatic ties with countries around the world is a priority for the Aliyev government. The country's growing assertiveness could lead to further instability. However, Azerbaijan seems determined to navigate these challenges and cement its position as a rising power in the Caucasus. Turkey's shadow. A regional power broker emerges. Turkey's influence looms large over the Zangezur corridor issue. Turkey is a close ally of Azerbaijan. It has strongly supported the construction of the corridor. Turkey sees the corridor as a way to enhance its own influence in the Caucasus. It would provide Turkey with a direct land link to Azerbaijan and Central Asia. Turkey's involvement in the region has raised concerns in Moscow. The Zangezur corridor could further exacerbate tensions between Russia and Turkey. The future of an alliance uncertainty looms. The relationship between Iran and Russia, once rock-solid, now faces significant challenges. The Zangezur corridor has cast a shadow over the future of the Iran-Russia alliance. This corridor, connecting Armenia with the Nakhchivan exclave, has been a source of growing tension. The two countries have drifted apart in recent years. Political and strategic differences have created a rift that seems difficult to bridge. The corridor issue could further widen the rift. The construction and control of this corridor are points of friction that could have long-term repercussions. Iran feels betrayed by Russia's support for the corridor. This sense of betrayal has bred mistrust and resentment in Tehran. It sees Russia's actions as a sign that Moscow is no longer a reliable ally. The perception that Russia is prioritizing its own interests has further complicated the situation. Russia, for its part, is keen to avoid a complete break with Iran. Despite the tensions, Moscow understands the importance of maintaining a working relationship with Tehran. The future of the Iran-Russia alliance will depend on a number of factors. The decisions that both countries make in the coming months will be crucial in determining whether they can overcome their differences and find common ground. Shifting sands. A new geopolitical landscape emerges. The Zangezur corridor is more than just a road. It is a symbol of the changing geopolitical landscape in the Caucasus. The region is at a crossroads. The old order, dominated by Russia, is being challenged. New powers, including Turkey and Iran, are seeking to assert themselves. The Zangezur corridor is a focal point for this competition. The outcome of this rivalry will have profound implications for the region and beyond.